Hi friends, welcome to Fun Shine Fab Crochet. I am Kelsey and today I wanted to show you how I make my scrunchies. All you need is a hook, some fuzzy fun yarn, a hair tie, and some scissors. You don't have to use fuzzy fun yarn. You can use any kind of yarn, but I prefer the fuzzy fun unique ones. So let's get started on that. I cannot recommend this brand enough, the Ouchless Goodie. I've used several brands over the years and I have had several brands break inside my yarn. I have never had this, to my knowledge, I've never had this brand break. And you can get these at Walmart, Amazon, Target, wherever. And I'm gonna use a 6.5K hook. And I am frogging an old project, so if you're wondering why this yarn is so crinkly stinkly, that's why. Just tie that on there, leave a tail long enough to be tied and weaved in. And then I stick the hook through, slip stitch, and then I'm gonna chain 2 because I'm gonna do double crochets all the way around this. But of course, if you want it to be bigger, you can do triples. If you want it to be shorter, you can do single crochets. I would normally use a yarn that's a little bit fuzzier than this, but for the sake of you being able to see, I'm going to use a yarn that's just a little fuzzy. And I'm just going to double crochet around. Of course, I can't tell you how many times you're going to double crochet into the hair tie because the thickness of the yarn is what really matters. But I can show you what it looks like when I think it has enough double crochets. So I've only crocheted about 35 times and I've already gone all the way around, and I could slip stitch here. Don't do that. You're gonna keep pushing the yarn back and keep going. That's what creates the scrunch effect. It gets more and more difficult, of course, the more you add, but the more you add, the less likely you are to see the hair tie when it's actually in your hair. Now I have double crocheted 85 times, and that's about all I'm going to be able to fit on here. So I'm going to find that first stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch. Then I'm going to cut some extra tail so I can tie the ends together and weave them up so they're nice and hidden. I'm going to pull that tight. Then I'm going to pull that first end through. I'm going to tie these two together. 2, 3. I'm going to tie them together 4 times just to be safe. Then sticking my hook through some of those loops near the hair tie itself. I'm going to pull those ends through. And I'm going to do a few more so it's extra secure. Then I'm going to pull it back the other way. Just to make sure it's nice and hidden, but also secure in there. And I'm going to give it a little pull just to make sure it's not going to pop out. And snip. And there is our scrunchie. I kind of manipulate it too so that there's a scrunch on every side. But yeah, I can't tell you what yarn this is because, like I said, I'm frogging an old project. But I can tell you this is from Hobby Lobby many years ago, and I know they don't make this yarn anymore. But if you're like, I really need some eyelash yarn and it's expensive, I will tell you that there is cheap, really good scrunchie making yarn at the Dollar Tree. So before you go buy expensive yarn from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or elsewhere that's nice and fuzzy, you should check your Dollar Tree first, because I find nice yarns at the Dollar Tree all the time. I actually made this scrunchie with Dollar Tree yarn. And one of those Dollar Tree skeins of yarn makes tons of these scrunchies, so don't rule out the Dollar Tree. This one was also made with Dollar Tree yarn a couple years ago, so it's good stuff. Let's try this scrunchie on and see how she looks. And there she is in all her glory. This yarn is really soft. Huh? If you sell at craft fairs like me, I cannot recommend one of these enough. It's a bracelet stand or like a jewelry stand. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. It's called a bracelet bar. I got this at Michael's probably 5 years ago. I have never had anything bring people over to my craft fair booth more than these scrunchies on this display here. I usually put like a little wooden box upside down and set this on top of it so it's even taller. In front of that bracelet bar, sometimes I'll also have a box turned upside down with this sitting on top of it, but I'll always have this in front of it one way or another. People love to dig through a little basket for scrunchies. Well, friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I cannot recommend making scrunchies enough. I think the average person puts their hair up and likes scrunchies. I have had men buy scrunchies from me. I've had toddlers, I've had 80-year-old women, and everyone in between. They make great stocking stuffers if you know somebody that likes to put their hair up. Some kids just wear them on their wrists. They told me that themselves. I think it's a thing. But I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you sticking around. I would recommend maybe liking and subscribing, but hey, what do I know? Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye! If you heard me at any point say hair bow during this video, I was talking about these. I have called these hair bows my entire life. I'm not sure why. I've also heard people call them elastics, and I can appreciate that. I tried to say hair tie the entire video. Hair tie, because that's mostly what I hear people call these. So if I said hair bow, this is what I was talking about.